Aokigahara is a forest located at the foot of Mount Fuji, about 100 miles west of Tokyo. Because of its dense forest, it is also known locally as Jukai, which translates to Sea of Trees. It is especially popular with tourists due to the presence of two caverns, the Ice Cave and the Wind Cave. It is a unique forest in many respects. There is little fauna here, and thus it is relatively calm, making it a favorite local attraction. However, the calm conceals a more horrific aspect, since Aokigahara is the #1 suicide destination for the Japanese. Its silence has led some to believe it is haunted, and many Japanese would not dare to visit the woodland. As a result, there are even more myths about Aokigahara. Even if you are not interested in ghost stories, the reality is that the location has a unique atmosphere. When you enter, there are signs in both Japanese and English warning people not to commit suicide. At the entryway, there are signs, where one sign reads, "Your life is a treasured gift from your parents," while another says, "Recognize your parent, siblings, and children once more, and you are not alone in your suffering." The actual rate of suicide committed here each year is unknown since the police have stopped reporting this information. It was last made public in 2003, when 105 verified suicides happened. This is the official data. It is said that more individuals die here each year, but their bodies are never discovered in the dense jungle. It is difficult to profile the average person who commits suicide in the forest, although they are mainly guys between the ages of 40 and 50, and the month with the highest number of suicides is March. Presumably because March marks the conclusion of the fiscal year in Japan. Numerous people come from all across Japan to finish their stressful lives here because they believe it is the perfect place to breathe their last. It's unclear why the country has such a high rate, but it may have something to do with the Japanese psyche and the fact that many Japanese men feel disrespected when they are laid off. A few of them had held senior roles in their companies, including chief executive officers. Being unable to face their families and loved ones, they may have felt, like the samurai warriors of old, that suicide was one way to atone for their failings. The Aokigahara hasn't always drawn hundreds of people looking to take their own lives. Although there is indication that it was a place where Japanese carried their elders to die of starvation as early as the 19th century, it's a practice known as ubasut. It's become widely known just after 1960s when a novel by famed author Saiki Matsumoto was published in the name, Tower of Waves, in which a couple commits suicide in the Aokigahara Forest. Another book from 1993, Wataru Tsurumi's The Complete Manual of Suicide, also added fuel to the fire and enhanced suicide rates. The author described Aokigahara as the ideal place to commit suicide, even describing which portions of the forest are hardly circulated so that the bodies are not discovered. Camping is permitted in the area, but police believe that visitors who bring tents are considering suicide, and visitors who stay for multiple days are probably weighed their options. People on prevention patrol will approach campers gently and encourage them to leave the forest. Volunteers searching for bodies and those contemplating suicide usually mark their path by tying plastic ribbon around trees. This method keeps searchers from getting lost after leaving the paths. The soil in the forest is rich in magnetic iron, which interferes with cell phone service, GPS systems, and even compasses. If you have lost in the forest, you may be unable to report an emergency because of the relatively low-tech plastic tape. Locals are concerned about the peaceful forest's lethal reputation. Many tourists come to see Mount Fuji and the natural landscape highlights, such as the unique lava plateau, 300-year-old trees, and the captivating Narusawa Ice Cave. The web is riddled with graphic pictures from the suicide forest, ranging from abandoned personal items to human bones. If you dare to enter this legendary location, follow the signs and stay on the path.